All right, fam, it's your brother Assad.
And I'm Adrian.
And we are back again with another quick video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and hit that notifications bell so that you will be notified when we drop new material on this channel. Secondly, in terms of housekeeping, I got to give a special and a significant and a particular and a peculiar shout out to my South African family for all the love you guys have shown this channel, my wife, myself, my children. We greatly appreciate it. Third, in terms of housekeeping, bam, 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 just like that. Bam, 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 just like that. We got to give a special and a significant and a particular and a peculiar shout out to the rest of the family. To the Burkina Faso family. Yes, Lord. Every time we about to shout them out, man. That boy's a fool. I rocks with him. Everybody else, to the Texas family, the Louisiana family, the New Orleans family, because there's what? Two separate things.
Nice.
We see y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. All right, now.
All right.
Sarah! Ooh. Hey, that wasn't a good look. Oh, man, that was not a good look. Oh, no. Oh, no. I want to know. I don't blame Sarah. I blame his advisors. Did they not watch the Zelensky sit down with Trump? Are you in the color? I mean, you in the camera probably it's the color.
Yeah, it's a light the way it's hitting, but whatever.
Did they not watch the Zelensky thing? Now he ain't go as hard on Ramsphosa. I'm talking about Trump didn't go as hard on Ramsphosa as he did on Zelensky, but that still wasn't no good look.
You should have just not come.
Yeah, man. Look, we don't need no cameras. We don't need no camera. Let's talk in private. If it's gonna be like this, goddamn.
Right.
You know,
I can make a spectacle of me.
No, and that was a spectacle. You didn't let this man play videos all.
I'm saying, cue it up. Cue up the video.
Turn off the lights. Oh Lord, since when we do it like this? That lets you know he was prepared for the foolishness. He came. That was an ambush, right? And you had to know that was gonna happen. Like I could see that coming. I could see that if a man got on the world stage and said that there's a white genocide taking place in South Africa, and then the South African president come, and this man, I'm talking about Trump, yeah, it's gonna be an ambush. It's gonna be some silliness. Then he had all kind of documents printed up. We watching on TV. We can't see what them documents say, Mr. Trump. No, we can't see what them documents say. You know what I was thinking, and I'm gonna let you make your point, but I was thinking that what South Africa needs is a linguistically astute president or spokesman. I'm not saying anything against Cyril's intelligence, but everybody's not a talker. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody's not an orator.
Don't we know it?
Everybody's not an orator. That's not everybody's. You have people who are brilliant mathematicians and they can't write a speech. They can't, pull those words together.
Or oftentimes the orators have someone brilliant, a quiet, brilliant one, advising them something,
right?
Whispering on the side.
Say this. Right, say this. But the orator knows how to say it. Everybody may think this needs to be said, but the orator, the person who's linguistically astute, knows how to say it. And I think that was part of the problem I saw. It was like, and it's not even about the English language. You have some people who are francophones by birth, by tongue, but who know how to use the English language in such a way that it is just, they have mastered it, right? And beyond mastery, they have made being a public speaker into an art form. And that's what South Africa needed yesterday. Now, your point was...
They needed like a Farrakhan.
That part.
They needed a Farrakhan.
Maybe not with the rhetoric.
Farrakhan would have been good with holding the mirror up to the hypocrisy
that part.
of having the U.S. government talk to you about race-based
genocide. Right, anything.
Anything. Cyril. You had so much information out here for you to hold up and be like, who are you to talk to us about this?
And there's even a way to do it respectfully, but very intelligently, very cunningly. Like you even said, say what you said. You were saying like...
I was saying like he could have given many examples in the United States of how years after the Emancipation Proclamation or even civil rights legislation, we still have acts of violence based on race in the country. We have church shootings, synagogue shootings, all kind of stuff. State-sanctioned violence through your police force.
And
evidence on evidence on evidence over incarceration of black people.
Exactly.
I'm like, I would have added up. I just read the rights list and been like,
and would have been and then would have said, I would have said, respectfully, Mr. President, I resent the claim and the charge of genocide, especially coming from a nation with such a vicious history of racial apartheid, Jim Crow violence against not just black people, but brown people, violence against LGBTQ. You could run it to them.
Even righteous white people.
And even righteous white, John Brown. Okay, John Brown was about that foolishness. But I don't know if y'all know who John Brown is. Only one of the few white men that was really about that foolishness.
The sun must be dropping.
Yeah.
Because that glare is getting worse.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know what? Maybe we'll switch. Pause.
Pause. Okay, that's much better.
Two different worlds, huh?
Yeah, and I ain't no camera person.
It's a little in my face, but whatever.
But yeah, so that's what they needed. I think when Trump started playing that video, man, Cyril looked so uncomfortable. He was touching his face. He was moving in his chair. You got
to stand in it and on it.
You got to stand on business.
Yeah, that's how some people feel.
Yeah.
Period. You know, and then maybe give some rationale as to why they feel that way.
Right.
Did they come with stats? I didn't see the whole thing.
No.
Did he have stats?
No, and that's data matters. You're supposed to come and say, no, listen, there's X amount of white people in South Africa. This is the number of farm killings that are taking place, and then you juxtapose that with the number of black farm killings or number of black rural killings, and then you juxtapose that with the number of total homicides, and you make the case that this is crime, not race-based genocidal violence. Right. This is crime.
Right.
Man, come on, brother. Sarah, who's your speech writers? Who's your advice? Who ill-advised you, brother?
They set you up for this okey doke.
That wasn't
those same people you took that was supposed to be your little saviors in the room, I guess. They didn't save nothing.
You supposed to vet them. You supposed to tell me, here's what you gonna say.
They still mad at him though. I was looking at some YouTuber, he's white South African, but a lot of the comments under there, they were mad at who's the guy that spoke mostly, Steen.
The DA man?
Yeah.
What they mad at him about?
They were mad. They said he was kowtowing, that he didn't keep it real about the discrimination that white South Africans are facing here.
That's outrageous.
He didn't come to their defense enough.
I was
like, dang.
It is just
so different.
It's just mind-boggling to me how a group of people. So some people say, well, that was 30 years ago. Negroes, y'all still alive. The man stood up there in the White House. Two of them golf players said, yes, we grew up during apartheid. That means y'all it. And you got the nerve to say about some, and they always want us to hurry up and move past it. Well, you need to spend 30 years. Wait, hold up. It didn't take y'all just 30 years to create the system of apartheid. Y'all ran apartheid for what, 50 some years or whatever have you, and had all kind of other foolishness prior. So how long it take? Somebody said it take a lot longer to heal than it does to scar, to get cut, to get hurt. Right? When you get hurt, that happened in a second, but it take weeks for a cut to heal. Take months for a cut to heal. You understand what I'm saying? And even when it healed, it leaves a scar.
There would be some grace or appreciation for the fact that people didn't go wholesale revenge.
Right. Didn't take up arms.
Wow, these people are great. They're great.
Right.
Better than us.
Right. And look, Cyril, let me tell you, quoting Mandela and relying on Mandela, that don't mean nothing to white supremacists. That don't strike a chord in them. That don't make them feel good. You cannot appeal to the emotions and the sympathies of people who have shown you throughout history, both in the United States and here in South Africa, that they don't care about that. They don't appeal.
Only respond to power.
Power concedes nothing without a demand. But even power will not concede to a demand coming from a weak constituency that looks like it's lost its testicular fortitude. I'm just saying that wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look, family. Yeah, I think that's what South Africa needs, a young, handsome. I'm not saying a Cyril ugly. I'm just saying we need a young, handsome kind of president that could speak to both the people and to the world in a way, and I'm not saying that Cyril's a bad leader. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad president or a bad politician or a bad administrator. None of that. What I'm saying, he's not a great orator. He's not. He don't know how to use those words right, you know, in ways that can, like you say, hold the mirror, that can move people, that can, because your audience wasn't President Trump. Your audience was the world. You see what I'm saying? You sitting in front of Trump, but when he put you in front of those cameras, he's putting you in front of the world. Your audience is the world. How do you speak to the world?
Absurd as white genocide in South Africa sounds to us, people who've been here.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
There's a lot more people convinced
that
is probably happening.
Oh, something has to be happening because the president is saying it, right?
Right. They showed the video. Look at the video. They're showing documents. So
exactly.
You got people believing this.
Right. So, so then you will get, excuse me, oh, God, dog it, pause. I need to switch hands, but yeah. So, you're right. It is like people will start to believe, no matter what the media, like right now the media is like, there is no genocide, like all media with good sense, right? But the more you push a lie, the more people will start to believe it and then start saying, well, there must be some aspects of truth. It must be, maybe it's not as bad, but there's something going on. You got to be strong, right? You got to be strong in your rebuke. No, sir, I will not allow you to label that charge, to lay that charge on South Africa. We live in a free, democratic society where all the rights and privileges are respected for all citizens, regardless of race. We have one of the greatest constitutions in the world that has granted freedom. We have given the right for same-sex couples to marry far before the United States. You're supposed to hit them with that type of stuff. Talk about the freedoms of your democracy. Talk about the rights and privileges that are given to the citizens.
They should have had you in the room, bro.
I would have, look, they ain't gonna let me in the room.
Speak to your people. Speak to your people, son. No, I don't mind if I do.
First thing I'm going to say is, look, we need reparations. Before we get into all this South African genocide, we need reparations. Look, can we talk about the check? Dr. King said we'll come to Washington, D.C. today to cash a check that's been marked insufficient funds. Yeah, I need that money first. Then we can get into the white genocide. But first, let's talk about the money. Let's talk about the money,
but
man.
Unrighted wrongs from your
past. And that's what I'm saying. And as I begin to think about it, we've had great. I mean, I don't think there has been orators produced by anybody in the world like Black Americans. You know, the Dr. Kings, the Malcolm X's. You know, people who knew that language, but they were able to speak. They knew that their audience wasn't whoever they were sitting in front of. Those cameras, right, means your audience is the world. So when the world hears, you know, Dr. King said, you know, that one day we will live in a society where my children are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That resonates around the world. That resonates whether you're black, whether you're white. You know, we needed Cyril needed to send a representative. Somebody, and I know they have them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, to not strike the emotion of Trump, because you can't do it, right? But to strike the emotion of the rest of the world. Right?
Gotta have a little swag to him too. It can't be too academic or too.
Right? No. Because Trump is not an academic.
It's got to be like the people's champ. You know?
Right. And even if you wasn't like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali would be using all kind of old messed up words. Real simple though.
But he got to the point.
Got to the point, and he made it plain.
Yes, he
right?
did.
You need that type of somebody to make it plain. It was
he stood his ground too. He wasn't gonna get back down.
He wasn't gonna let you
no matter what.
Right. And what I didn't hear when the person asked Trump a very straightforward question: what will it take for you to believe that there is not, for you to accept that there is not white genocide in South Africa? Ramsphosa jumped in. He said, "I'll answer the question for the president. First of all, no, let that white man answer his own question. Let's see what he need to see, right? But number two, he didn't clearly say there is no white genocide. Now I know he said it before, but this is your time to say it in front of the world. He said instead he said if there was, it will take President Trump to listen to the voices of South Africans. And I'm sure that if there was a white genocide here, these 3 men wouldn't be here with me. Man, that ain't convincing enough, man. If I was a judge and jury, I'm going to be like, I don't know. I'm kind of on edge. He guilty. Let's just err on the side of caution. He guilty. You know what I'm saying?
He's like somebody outrageous. There is no damn genocide. What are you talking about?
Stop saying it and get up and walk out.
Oh, that's my boy. My boy. Oh, rest in peace. From Gary.
Oh man, my dog, man.
Oh, I forgot his name.
Council. Handkerchief head Negroes. What do you call? Eric Mays.
That's it.
Eric Mays. You need an Eric Mays. Y'all look up Eric Mays on YouTube.
Eric would have been like,
Eric.
You know,
point of order.
Conversation go.
Point of order. Point of order, Mr. President. Ain't no genocide.
Oh, he'd have shut it down. We're not even gonna pretend like this is a thing.
And get up and walk out. Get up and walk out. But you know, another thing is that, again, what you heard was we need the United States to help us with technology. We need the United States to help us with policing. All right, family, listen. My phone about to die. This is a quick. We'll do another one later. But yeah, what I'm saying is, it is that dependency on the United States that means you end up having a kowtow, and you end up having a buck dance or whatever have you to white supremacy.
Sad situation.
Not a good look.